Stars. Welcome back to the Steak and Brush. I'm Christine, and today I have for you another foundation review. Today I have the Wet n Wild Dewy Finish Foundation. So we'll get into that in just a bit. Before we do, as always, if I could ask you to like this video, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell next to it so you're notified of all of my postings. And finally, if you could follow me over on Instagram at steak_and_brush. All right, so we've got the Wet n Wild Dewy Finish here today. If you've seen any of my prior videos, you'll know that I really like the PhotoFocus Natural Finish. But this year there seems to be a kind of a slew of dewy finished drugstore foundations, and this is one of those. Let me go ahead and just read what the website says about it so we know what to expect. All right, the newest innovation to the cult favorite PhotoFocus franchise, Dewy Foundation, a weightless, super nourishing foundation that delivers natural all-day wear. Silky to creamy, coverage is easily buildable from medium to full, and it easily transitions from day to night wear, ideal for normal to dry skins. This moisturizing formula blends seamlessly, blurs imperfections, and helps moisturize the appearance of pores for a perfectly smooth, dewy finish. Available in 20 gluten-free, cruelty-free, talc-free, and vegan shades. It says it's ultralight moisturizing formula, delivers buildable coverage and a long-lasting hydrating glow. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. There's 2 bullet points, but I believe there really should just be a hyphen there. Yeah, the shade range 20. They've got 3 on the dark end, and everything else is pretty fair to, I would say, medium, not even tan. So not a great shade range if you're not in the light to fair category. All right, so I have this in the same as I have my other in, the Buff Bisque. So I am hoping that that's going to work. It really should. I've already primed my face with the Touch of Soul No Poreblem primer. And as usual, on the first day, I'm going to do one side of my face with a sponge and one side with the brush. All right, let's see if this has the abhorrent paint smell as the old one did. No. I mean, it still has a definite smell. It's like a little bit of paint, but not nearly what it was before. So at least they've corrected that. It still has this horrible spatula thing that I do not like at all. Again, this retails, you can get it on sale, I'm sure, for a lot cheaper, but it retails for $6.59. One of these days I'll have my mirror out and ready. Now I have been having some problems with these Radiant foundations and Dewy foundations. Not really giving me what I would call dewy lately. So we'll see if this one does it. I'm starting to think it's just my skin. It's a pretty good shade match. Like I said, I picked the same color that I have in the natural finish, so I assumed it would be, but sometimes you never know. I have had the hardest time finding this in store. I finally had to order it from Ulta. I didn't want to because I like Ulta will let you do some things ship to store and some things it won't. This was one of the items that it wouldn't let you do ship to store. And for $6, I didn't want to pay another $5 or $6 on shipping. So I kind of had to wait until I was placing an order big enough to get free shipping. But my friend did oddly find it at Five Below. But I have tried, grocery stores. I've tried CVS and Walgreens. I've tried Target. I don't shop at Walmart most of the time, but I even tried Walmart. Okay. That is one coat. This one gives me just a little bit more coverage with the brush. So we'll go in, try to build it up just a little bit around where my sunspots are. Although I noticed, cross my fingers, but I sort of noticed, I think my tretinoin is finally starting to kick in, and those spots are starting to get a little lighter, which is super, super exciting. Okay. Okay, I can actually see that this is a little dewy. I'm not usually the biggest fan of dewy, but I'm trying to come around to it. All right, so let's look at what we got here. Well, so far, it's not settling into lines. I don't know that's blurring pores. It's not accentuating them though. It has covered my spots nicely. Still see that one peeking through just a little bit. No polka dot pores on my nose. So far it looks good. I am going to, let's see, oh, it still feels kind of tacky. I'm going to give it a few minutes and see if I can go without setting it, because I don't want to do away with the finish since I finally got a little bit of a glow going on here. And I don't want to tamper with that by putting powder on top of it. So I'll give it a few minutes and I'll do the rest of my makeup and I'll check back in. Okay, I'm back with the rest of my face on. I did end up setting it. I did my eyes and everything first, just kind of hoping it would settle down a little bit, but it was still just too tacky to wear it like that. So I did set it with the Becca Hydra Mist, and I'm blinding you there with that. But everything else blended out really, really well. I probably put a little too much highlighter on for judging a dewy foundation, because now I don't know if it's my highlighter or the foundation. I guess I'll just kind of have to focus in the areas that I didn't highlight. But yeah, I mean, it feels really good so far. It still looks fine. No problems with setting into my forehead wrinkles, no polka dot pores, everything like that is doing really well. So I guess we'll just have to see how it ends up today. I will check in at the end of the night and let you know. See you then. Boys and girls, I'm back. It's day 1 with the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation, and it's been about 8 hours. So we're checking in and seeing how we're going. First, obviously, I am very dewy, very shiny. I don't know. I made the mistake of putting on highlighter today. I shouldn't have done that, or at least not as much as I did, because I don't know. I think most of this is actually the foundation and not the highlighter, but tomorrow I'm really going to try to do my best to remember not to put highlighter on and just see how it does. So it's not settling into lines, maybe a teeny tiny bit. It is emphasizing some texture around here, but again, I put a lot of highlighter right here, so I don't know which it is, if it's the highlighter or that. So we'll have to, you know, really look at it tomorrow. No polka dot pores. It's worn pretty. It's starting to wear down here, and it is not wearing down very gracefully. When I say gracefully, like, sometimes I look at my foundation at the end of the day and I sort of think, is there foundation there or is it not? And then I have to really look. If I have to really look, it just for me, it means that everything has just kind of, it's swept away. There's no real edge lines. This, I can see like little powdery bits where there was foundation and then spots where there's not foundation. It's very easy to see. Transfer proof. It is really not transfer proof because I can do this and just, you know, I'm not touching hard, but I not only can I see where it's coming off on my hand, you know, on my face, but I can also, if you can see that on my fingers, I can see it there. So it's not really wearing very well that way. Yeah, I didn't put any highlighter right here and it's really shiny here. So, and again, that's something some people are looking for. I'm trying to get used to it because I know that's kind of a, you know, thing now. So I've got good and bad feelings about this. I think it looked very well throughout the day. I know dewier finishes don't last as long, so I need to pay attention tomorrow a little earlier to see, you know, I really need something to work for 8 hours though, but I'll just pay attention a little bit more throughout the day and let you know. But today we're in the middling kind of range, I would say. It definitely still looks conversationally, it looks decent. It just doesn't look as good as the past couple I have been reviewing. All right, so that's day 1 done. I'll see you at the check-in at day 2. Bye. Okay, guys, it's the end of day 2, so let's see how the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation did. Just looking at general wear, it has worn down a bit over here. I took a nap again today. I was actually up all last night, so it really wasn't taking a nap. It was just finally getting some sleep. Because I have the weirdest sleep schedule. But, you know, everywhere else, you know, my cheeks held up. And I mean, for the fact that I took a nap, it, you know, it held up very well there. My chin, it's gone on my chin, but it looks much better. It wore away much better than it did yesterday. Oh, I should point out that I used the Tarte base tape, water-based primer. So there's that, or moisturizing primer. My nose looks good. My texture actually looks a lot better than it did yesterday. My forehead, nothing is sinking into lines, but let's see. Yeah, we've still got some transfer going on there just from touching it. And I mean, I can see like it's nice and shiny everywhere else here, and then like this one little spot, it's not. Speaking of shiny, I put no highlighter on at all today. So everything on my forehead is completely coming through from the foundation and my natural oils. My cheeks and my nose, I think look a little dewier than normal, but I'm still not getting like a real dewy face. I mean, like, I thought, am I thinking about dewy wrong? And then I saw Mel Thompson do, I don't even remember what foundation it was. Maybe it was the Bite foundation. And I mean, she looked dewy. I mean, she looked way too dewy for me. But, you know, I thought maybe at least I would get a little bit more, but I'm just not getting it even before I put powder on. I did set it today with the Too Faced Peach Blur powder, but I'm setting it very lightly. So I'm about where I was yesterday in the how I like it. You know, especially on the forehead, you know, it's still kind of like if I touch it, I feel like it's going to come off, which obviously it is a little bit. It's looking very nice. It's just, it's not long wear at all. I might kind of put it head to head with the original just to see how it looks at the end of the day and how I like the two, but we'll have to see about that. But so far, again, I'm feeling like it's a wearable foundation. It's probably very nice for, you know, this time of year in the winter to give yourself a little bit of, you know, glow. If this does this to me right now, I have no idea, you know, I don't think it would work very well in the summer at all. And definitely, I mean, you know, I am dry to normal. I'm not super dry, but I'm dry to normal. So if I'm getting, you know, the oils coming through like this where I can touch it even after it being set and it comes off, then I would definitely not recommend this for anybody who has oily skin or has an oily forehead. And I don't think that has anything to do with it wearing down around the chin, because I don't feel like it's oily down here now at all either. And it still looks good on my nose. So that's kind of a mystery. All right, tomorrow I'm kind of worried. I'm going to try it with a silicone-based primer, and I'm going to be going out, and I'll be out for probably quite a while, doing lots of errands and maybe movies and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow, but I'll check in then. See you later. Bye-bye. All right, it's day 3 of my wear test for the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus Dewy Foundation. I've had this on for just about 9 hours, so let's see how it is doing today. I can tell you the shine-wise or dewiness. Got a little on my nose and a little on my forehead. That's about it. I just don't feel that it's, I mean, I think today is better than any of the other days. Maybe I'll give it more today. I guess it is a little better today. I did use the e.l.f. Poreless Priming Putty today. First thing I've noticed when I looked in the mirror, and I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if you can see it here, but I have got like these flakes of, it almost looks like dry skin, but underneath there is no dry skin. So I don't know what this is about. I haven't, you know, it's been hours since I've eaten, so it's nothing to do with that. I didn't have it earlier in the day, so I don't know if that's the primer. I haven't had that happen any other day. I'm gonna say it's a fluke, but that's kind of bothersome that just popped up today. But anyway, it still looks good in my lines. No polka dot pores. It actually has held up on the chin better today, except of course, like I said, that right around my lips there. My under eyes look atrocious, but that's completely another story. That's my concealer that I'm trying out. But yeah, let's see what else we got here. My cheeks look, you can still see my blush and bronzer. I do not have any highlighter on for the second day in a row. No highlighter whatsoever, because I wanted to make sure all the glowiness was completely due to the foundation and no other products. So where do we go from here? Putting it on my table, my 5-star table. The way it looks on my skin every day, no matter what kind of primer I've used, it's always looked good. No polka dot pores, nothing in the lines, nothing, you know, no emphasizing texture. So it gets a full star there. Long wearing. I'm going to give this a half a star on long wearing, simply for the fact that it is a dewy foundation, and I know dewy foundations are not going to, for the most part, last 10 to 12 hours. I would say, you know, you're going to get 6 to 7 of it looking good. And then, you know, 7 or 8 where it's just, you know, starting to wear down. So that's a half a star there. Covering my sunspots, which I might have to adjust a little bit here soon because I think they're starting to fade thanks to my tretinoin. I'm going to give that another half a star. That's a really hard one to get. So, you know, half a star is good there. As for the transfer proof, no. Again, you know, I touch my forehead and you could probably see a little bit of it right there. That seems to be the most place that it's transferring, but it is. So I'll give it a half a star on that as well, because it's only one place that's really transferring, which is kind of weird, but you know. So we're at 2.5 stars, and as far as the claims it gives, I have to give it a half a star on that, because I just don't see it really being really dewy on my skin. And I do have to set it, so if it did and not that I'm saying that I saw a lot of dewiness before I set it, but you know, if you've got to set something that's supposed to be dewy, you're going to be taking away a little bit of that dewiness to begin with, and there was just no way, I could not set it. It just had to be done. So I give a half a star on that. So overall, I give this 3 stars. It's very middle of the road. If I had a short day or an event that I wanted to look a little more glowy, and when I used this with the highlighters, it did look very nice. You know, I would probably do it that way. This definitely was not going to be like a long day kind of foundation. And it wouldn't be an everyday foundation for me. So maybe, like, you know, because it looks nice, it just doesn't last long. And, you know, so I would, you know, maybe an event or something, I could pull it off with that. But that's about it. You know, especially for $5, you know, I'll give it, you know, it's an okay foundation. I'm not going to toss it, but I'm not going to be wearing it much. All right, so that was the photo focus down. I have one more foundation to go in this haul that I've had recently, so stay tuned for that. But thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.